Hey, today I'm talking about X-Men 97 number 1. It's by Marvel Comics. Todd Nauck did the cover with Rachel Rosenberg. Um, it's a pretty cool cover. We got all the X-Men characters from the team here, except Morph. Morph's not there. But I like Todd Nauck's art. He's got a 90s style, so it was a good fit for the cover. But he doesn't do the interiors. It's Salvin Espen who does the interiors. Steve Fox is the writer here. This is a prequel to the X-Men 97 series that's out now. I was really looking forward to that cartoon, and it did not disappoint. Um, I mean, it really left me feeling some super nostalgia, um, and just some great joy after watching the first couple episodes that came out. And they've just gotten better and better. The animation is awesome. The storylines are just incredible. Um, and so if you haven't checked out the cartoon, you should. Um, this comic starts off right off the bat. The X Men battling Magneto, who, as you know in the cartoon, has more of an allied membership role with the X Men. But as we find out with most X Men comics, that was actually just a Danger Room session. We got Cyclops and Wolverine going at it right off the bat, which is always nice to see. We got Trish Tilby, who is the reporter in the cartoon as well, so she's featured here. Dazzler's been abducted by the Friends of Humanity. So, and Jubilee's pretty upset because she had tickets to go see Dazzler. So, now the art here is super cartoonish. It looks like it's all been done on computers. Not a lot of rendering, but it fits pretty well with the style of the cartoon. Fits extremely well, I think. Um, so here we get a nice 4-panel spread here. Jubilee wants to fly the jet, but of course they won't let her. And Jean's going to stay behind on this mission because she's got an upset stomach. So if you know in the cartoon, spoiler alert, Jean's pregnant. So we get a little tease of that here for the first time. Because in the cartoon from the first episode, she's already full blown pregnant. But here we find out Scott doesn't even know yet. And looks like she's probably going to have a heart to heart with Storm here to let her know. And we get Rogue, Gambit, shopping. Rogue in her attire that she wore in the first episode of the original X-Men series when she was shopping. Nice little callback there. And they're taking out the Friends of Humanity. Some good action here right off the bat. Like I said, the art isn't all that great, but it tells a good story. It's very bright, very colorful. This comic is super easy to read. I really enjoyed it. So they rescue Dazzler, and Jubilee tells Dazzler she's her biggest fan, and Dazzler tells Jubilee, well, I'm your biggest fan. And they save the day. But actually, Valerie Cooper, who also shows up right off the bat in the cartoon in X-Men 97, she shows up to take these guys away. And she introduces herself to Cyclops, they're friends. And Wolverine, he smells a familiar scent here with one of these agents. He can't quite place it. So a little mystery for us to figure out. Back at the mansion, we get Jean here, who's pretty upset that Scott's basically blowing her off here. She's about to tell him that she's pregnant, but he's got more important things to do. Then we get Storm, who earlier in the issue, if you remember, had her old haircut from the original cartoon. Now we find her getting her haircut. So there she is. She's got some style now, or at least she's trying to style it up because they're going to the Dazzler concert. So then we finally get the Jean Grey Storm heart to heart. Wolverine, Cyclops going at it here. No real big splash pages or anything, which wouldn't really lend to this art style too much. But like I said, it's easy to read, it's fun. It's basically a kid's comic anyway, being that it's based on the cartoon. Although the cartoon does deal with some adult themes here and there. So we get the Nasty Boys showing up, Sinister's old team, and they attack Dazzler. So the X-Men, of course, jump into action. We get another fight scene here. So 3 or 4 fight scenes in this comic. I can't complain about that when a lot of comics these days are just a lot of talking and sitting at tables. So I definitely appreciate that. So the Nasty Boys retreat. Finally, Jean and Scott get together, and she tells him, Scott, I'm pregnant. And a great shot of Wolverine here. Just sulking. That should be a meme. So we find out that the Marauders, of course, were sent by Sinister. And he's upset at his team for failing yet again. So we get almost a splash page here. Pretty cool shot of Sinister. I love Sinister's classic costume as opposed to some of the things they've done with him recently. You can't beat a classic. So he's enlisting some new help. Looks like Sabretooth and the Marauders for the next issue. And Sienna Blaze there. And this guy was from Jim Lee's X-Men run. Hazard, that's his name. Forgettable X-Men villain, but it looks like they're bringing him back. So they're using some villains that they haven't used in the cartoon here. That's pretty cool. And a little preview for the next issue. So overall, I really enjoyed this comic. The art could be better, but it goes pretty well with the style of the cartoon, so I can't complain about that aspect. And you should check this out if you just want a fun comic to read. So thanks again, appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. This is a new channel. I'm trying to make daily videos, and it just takes 5 seconds to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot.